Alright, let's learn how to make a lot of gold and grind reputation fast in WoW Dragonflight.
So you finally have decided to give Blizzard Entertainment another chance.
Yes.
You've made it to the Dragon Isles, and you're making your way through WoW's newest expansion. The only problem is, you feel like a complete noob. Lost, confused, and struggling to keep up with everybody else, whether that be in leveling or in endgame. Well, what if I told you that I have a list of tips and tricks to help you, watching
That's good.
this, become the best player possible in Dragonflight, all of which are easy and simple to follow. From getting your Dragon Scale expedition to max with ease to flexing on your guildies with your newfound wealth discovered on the Dragon Isles, these are a handful of tricks and hints to get you started on a quick road to success in Dragonflight. Starting with number 1, get your ass enchanted. Yes, you heard that right. We're starting this list off by talking about enchanting. Did you know that there are a ton of new enchants in Dragonflight? I mean like a lot of enchants.
And that's
this
good.
Expansion is amazing in this regard.
It's not just enchanting when it comes to freaking gear. Finally, all the craftings are worth it. Be it clothing, leatherworking, blacksmithing. Because you can get gear that is not too far in item level from like true endgame gear. Like you can get pretty high item level gear crafted. And I like that because during Shadowlands you only needed really crafting for what? For your legendary, right? So... yeah, like I'm glad that they finally addressed and did something to the crafting system in WoW. Because crafting for the latest couple of expansions was almost non-existent. So yeah, Blizzard, good job on that.
Enchants for your chest, your cloak, bracers, boots, rings, weapons, whatever you want. Now you might be sitting there wondering, okay, yeah, there's a lot of new enchants. I can enchant my gear, but why do I care? Why do I care about enchants?
Because it makes you stronger.
My hard-earned gold on a small stat boost. I'm not some sweaty streamer with all the gold he wants from his drooling fans.
Man, dude, come on.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you care about speed? You care about going fast like your hero Sonic the Hedgehog? Well, with enchants, you can increase your speed by up to 12%. You can even decrease the damage you take by falling, increase your mounted speed, or reduce your Hearthstone cooldown. Sounds to me like it's time to sell your soul to your nearest
Hearthstone cooldown is probably the least useful.
Especially if you're trying to level through the Dragon Isles, get through it quickly, speed boost, less fall damage, more mounted speed. All this stuff is a huge help with
Wait, hold up. I think I saw the other day someone write this as a mount. Is this like a new mount actually? Does this one drop it? Or is there like a chance? Wait, I think I have seen this as a new mount somewhere. Let me know in the comment section if this is true, guys. And by the way, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Yo, we also need to not just get into like the gold grind and stuff. I need new mounts. Holy shit, I think I saw this one. It looks so cool.
Quickly, speed boost, less fall damage, more mounted speed. All this stuff is a huge help with getting to max level as quick as possible so that you can jump.
Imagine Dark Iron Dwarf with this.
That's why we made this number 1. But now, let's move on to number 2, climbing mountains. Are you someone that watched that free solo documentary with that skinny guy climbing out in Yosemite and you're like, man, I really want to climb some rocks one day, but you're just too fat like me? Well, you know what? You can take part in the glory of ascending a 500-foot cliff in the great outdoors with your bros.
How did those kittens get there in the first place?
Actually outside, because that would be ridiculous. What are you, nuts? You're going to climb an actual real mountain? Real life doesn't even have good graphics. Anyway, the point is, once you reach level 6 in the Dragon Scale Expedition Renown, you will unlock the epic feature of climbing rocks. And now before you think climbing rocks is stupid, just hear me out. At level 6 Renown, you'll also get your Expedition Supply Kit, where you can upgrade various skills with your Expedition adventures, one of which being your grip strength for climbing. Now at level 7 of your Renown, you're going to unlock the second part of the mountaineering system, and that's mountain flags. Now these flags are found on the high peaks across the Dragon Isles, and planting them will give you a ton of reputation with the Dragon Scale Expedition.
Yo!
In total, you'll be able to get 2 whole Renown levels.
You know what I'm seeing more and more, and this is one of the examples, not just the glyphs for like your dragon riding that you can collect when you're flying through the Dragon Isles. There's also this with climbing. I feel like Blizzard really wants you as a player to experience and discover every single corner in the Dragon Isles. And I like that a lot, because if you look at like latest expansions and stuff, and like there were like a lot of mini quests and zones and areas that were almost non-existent, and a lot of players didn't even know this. Like I remember making like a couple of YouTube shorts that pointed out like Easter eggs and stuff, and of course, like not everyone knows those Easter eggs, but I was actually surprised that like quite a lot of people were actually also surprised that this Easter egg exists, even though it was like several expansions ago that this one was added and stuff. And I feel like in Dragon Isles, like because you have those kind of things like the climbing, like even if there's like some Easter egg or something, I feel like everything will be discovered in a short amount of time. This is good, but there's like one maybe bad side about it, that means like the game gets discovered too quickly, but at least it gets discovered. So I think overall it's still really, really good, and I like this. And it's like fun because you have like those kind of mini games, right? Like we saw this earlier, how you can climb up and stuff. Like I love those kind of mini games in MMOs as well. Like the Gold Saucer in Final Fantasy, for example. Like this is actually really, really fun, and like the parkour you can do there with like, oh, you need to get somewhere, you have a timer, and you need to jump and not fall down. Like those kind of mini games in MMOs are actually fun. I personally enjoy them. I actually think Battle Pets is also not too horrible. I've done it like a few times. It was kind of like playing Pokemon or something in World of Warcraft. But yeah, I love those kind of mini games. It's definitely worth it. I will also do more battle pets. I want to max out mine. And I will get some new ones from the Dragon Knights as well.
From just getting to the tops of 20
Whoa, whoa,
mountains
whoa.
around the islands. You'll also get a ton of new world
I
quests
forgot
around
he's
the
not on a
islands to
drag
climb
field.
some cliffs. This feature has been a ton of fun. Get to level 6 as fast as possible and go out and start climbing every
The animation looks
single
funny,
mountain
right?
that you can find. It's one
Especially
of
on
the
a
fastest ways to
torrent.
get renowned. Go and do it. And the best part about this system is that people love it. Just look at some of these comments from players talking about mountain climbing. The only con would
Wow.
simply just be Shadow Steps here saying, I sure wish I could do this more than twice every 3.5 days. Just make sure you climb some mountains in Dragonflight, okay?
High
Very
time
important
locks.
tip. Stay up to date on this once you hit the appropriate renown level. Let's talk about number 3, upgrading your gear. A lot of you guys are probably like me. You're a big fan of Classic WoW. Or maybe you played Classic and you might be able to
Yeah.
relate to this. The point is, do you miss the armor kits, sharpening stones, and the little upgrades you could give yourself as you played the game? Well, after years of neglect, all of those things are relevant again. If you head on down to the local auction house, or you go beat up your leatherworker friend, you can get some armor kits for your pants. Go beat up your local blacksmith to get
Yeah.
some sharpening stones for your weapons. Man, that increases your attack damage a lot. I love these things.
That's
Or go
good.
visit your local tailor to get spell threads for your epic, cool, awesome looking mage. Mage is such an awesome class, unlike Warlock.
It's OP. What, unlike Warlock? Warlock is OP too. And yeah, this is something what I find interesting, because now if you are a crafter and you're in like, let's say, a guild or something, you have like some friends that have other professions. Now every single profession gets a certain worth, right? Like now you have a reason to be an enchanter, and now you have a reason to be a leather worker and stuff. And when you're talking about those kind of professions, you can have just 2 at a time. So usually people go with skinning and leather working, right? And so I will go with enchanting and, I don't know, maybe clothing or something, right? So you have like friends that have certain 2 professions, and you have 2 professions, and you can like trade with each other and exchange it. Like, hey, you know what? I give you some enchantment if you give me, I don't know, maybe a crafted armor, or you give me something to make my weapon stronger, like sharpening stone or something. So you have like all those friends. One is like a blacksmith, one is a leather worker, one enchanter, and you guys just meet up and help each other out and stuff. And this makes like crafting not only like worth grinding for, what is really good, because that's more content, because you have something to do in game that's worth your time basically, right? But it also makes each individual that specializes in something now relevant and important to the group or guild. So I like that a lot, actually. That's a very good positive. But yeah, this also just shows me that we need to put more effort into actually leveling this up. I think even like now in the auction house and business-wise, you can actually make maybe now so much gold with this, actually. So if you're like a master crafter and you get like those cool enchantments or those sharpening stones and stuff, like maybe they actually sell for a pretty high price, like the maxed out ones.
Cool, awesome looking mage. Mage is such an awesome class, unlike warlocks, especially
Warlock
warlocks
is
that wear
fun.
red robes. Those guys are losers. Anyway, the point is, do not neglect these little
Maybe I
buffs
like
to
Warlock
your
more than
character,
Mage,
whether it be
actually.
your weapons or your armor that you can get from professions, because it's a great way to minimize damage on your character if you're a tank, for example, or to bust out a lot more DPS if you're a warrior like me and you're doing Blade Storm through a ton of mobs and mythics. And while you're at it, don't forget to socket your gear with gems for those juicy extra little stat bonuses.
Yeah,
These
you
little
want
bonuses
that.
are gonna give you that
Especially
old school
endgame.
RPG feeling of that small but euphoric boost. It's great. Don't neglect it. Let's move on to number 4, Gambling Simulator. Here's a new one that I just recently learned about. Do you like chance by chance? Do you like to tempt the fates, your luck? Or do you like to seduce Lady Fortune herself? Do the words addictive personality apply
Wow.
to you? Well, then I only have one thing to say. Pick a card from the Fated Fortune deck. That's right, everybody. If World of Warcraft was not already a gambling simulator, it sure is now with the new Dragonflight.
I've not
Fated
played this
Fortune
yet.
cards. You heard about this? Well, get ready. Here we go. Players with Inscription are now able to make these cards and sell them on the auction house. But what do, you might be wondering? Let me explain. When you flip one of these cards, it will transform into a fortune card worth various amounts of gold. From nearly 1 measly gold to the rarest card, 25,000 gold. Yeah.
So you can
They
get
also
rich
have
from
cute
that.
little fortunes written on them, and scribes can turn these.
Yo, that's actually, you take a risk, but if you are lucky, you can get really rich. But I don't like to take risks. Like, I'm this kind of person. I usually go the safe route. Like, for me, that's why, like, gambling, even in real life, is nothing for me. Because, like, yeah, I know if I invest, like, a little, I can get, like, a lot back. But what if it goes the other way? Like, what if I buy so many cards, and I spend more gold on buying those cards than actually getting something good from them? If they're, like, some cool transmogs or mounts, definitely worth it, though.
Into fortune cookies as well. So the question is, you ready to test your luck? Well, then jump into this system and see if you can make some gold. Maybe finally you'll be able to afford that damn Brontosaurus mount that was available back in BFA. I myself, I have wasted more money than I care to admit on these cards, and at this point it feels like it's just a way for Blizzard to delete gold from the economy.
Yeah.
But it's been fun, all right? It's a great way to get some gold if you're feeling dangerous. So let's talk about
It
number
can go
5,
two
our
ways,
final
so
point.
yeah.
Get yourself some PvP gear. This is a tip that
It's easier to
I learned
gear with that,
recently
right?
Because speaking for myself, I got my character through a ton of mythics. I got some gear. I'm a bit of an altaholic, and I started leveling some alts in this expansion.
Oh,
And the
same
thing
here.
is, there's probably a lot of you guys out there like me who maybe you're not too focused on one character. You just kind of want to level up a lot of characters and have a big collection of characters at level.
This is actually me right now because of the new talent system. Before Dragonflight, I was fine playing just 2 or 3 characters. But now because we have so many new talents and you get like new skills, like you have suddenly like some sort of mushroom explosion on the balance druid and stuff like with talents. And this is so cool. You have this new kind of arrow you get on a hunter. You have some new spells on the warlock, and like this is something I really so fascinated about. That's why I like try to grind more of the classes and class specs and try this out. Like the talents, they made, in my opinion, the classes even more interesting, and certain classes that I almost forgot about or didn't play in ages, I actually get back to just see what the new skills are and stuff, and like how the talents actually improve my rotation or if what changes, because you get like also some new rotations and stuff because of that. So like some old classes feel like new classes almost, like they were reworked or something.
Level 70, but you're probably sitting
Yeah.
there wondering, how am I going to gear these guys up really fast? Or maybe you just hate raiding, or perhaps you just want to get some temporary gear while you wait for those sexy
Bullshit.
best in slot pants to
I need
drop.
to unlock
Well, if
Void
you fall
Elf
into
still.
any of these categories, an altaholic, someone that doesn't like raiding, whatever, the PvP gear system in this game is for you. By doing world PvP quests, you will get a currency in Dragonflight called Bloody Tokens, which you can then use to buy an entire set of gear, complete with set bonuses that will give you buffs.
How long does
and
that take to
utilities
grind?
in PvP? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, all right, PvP gear, whatever. What's the big deal? Let me tell you something. What makes this gear so good is that every week you can complete a quest to upgrade one piece of your PvP gear to item level 385, which is just a little less than normal mode raid gear. So this is a great way to fill the gaps tips in your gear. You can actually hear me talk
How
more
effective
about
is it if you're doing this or using it for raiding M+?
The one that's being featured on your screen right now, but we haven't made a dedicated world PvP video yet, and that's something that I've seen a lot of comments from you guys where you're saying, hey, we need to talk more about world PvP in the future of World of Warcraft. But point is, get yourself some PvP gear, get yourself some bloody tokens. This is a great way to just catch up, get some fast item level gear. It's awesome. So it's a fun system, and if you're not somebody that you are a PvPer, it's a great way to get some decent gear while getting a little bit of PvP action in your day, but not too much
this
to the
paladin
point
is
that it's
OP.
annoying if you're more of a dedicated raider or PvE player. So in conclusion, my friends, what tips and tricks have you picked up on in Dragonflight? Let us know in the comments section below, because I know there's a lot more than these 5, let's be real. And we also tend to take comments from our videos to be featured in our next video. So maybe you're some big dick mythic raider who hated this video and you already knew everything about it. In which case, leave a comment saying how much you hate us and let us know some tips and advice from your perspective. Either way, be sure to watch that video linked on your screen right now. I appreciate it, guys, and thanks for watching.
Wow, okay, that just shows me I really need to get into climbing, because this gives me a lot of reputation and stuff. And yeah, like this with crafting, like I've seen some about it, like the changes, and how they also said that in an interview, like Ian and the others, they said, yeah, they really want to make sure that now crafting is more relevant, and that it helps you also to like catch up with like some content and stuff, because you can have now, let's say you have an alt, you can craft some gear and stuff, right? And then you have also a decent item level, you can do some M+ keys with that then, and I actually like that you can get some advantage from that. And this with like the enchanting and stuff and the gems and all that, like this is going to be not only important for endgame, but also, yeah, you can make like a lot of gold if you actually sell that kind of stuff in the auction house. So if you spend like several hours a day just farming stuff and crafting, I think, yeah, like Nixxiom said, you can get like super rich with that out of gold. And just with the rep and the climbing, I mean, this helps you more than doing like daily quests or something, right? So if you climb a lot, ooh, yeah, I need to get into climbing. About the PvP gear, I'm not sure how efficient it's going to be for like doing some M+ and stuff. You probably want to replace it as soon as possible anyway, because you can use like versatile stats and stuff, right, on some PvP gear, and often you want like haste mastery or something. It depends on your class, or you want the crit. But if you use this as starting gear to do like lower keys or like normal mode dungeons and stuff to get like pure PvE gear, maybe you can also do that. Like you craft some stuff, then you enter PvP mode, then you farm those thingies, then you exchange them for gear. You do this weekly quest, right, to upgrade and stuff. I mean, you could use that as well, right? And then get into like basic PvE and then like more advanced stuff. Okay, I mean, yeah, it can work. But interesting, I'm actually very excited about like maxing my crafting. Very excited. And yeah, how do you guys feel so far about Dragonflight and about the crafting system and stuff? And were you lucky with the cards, like he said? Did you guys win anything? Did you make lots of gold? Some of you maybe went broke. Let me know in the comment section. I would maybe go broke, so this is why I'm not gonna do this with the cards, because if I lose, I don't get anything good. I know myself, I will buy more cards until I win, because I want this feeling of success. I didn't want this to be a waste, so that's why I don't even start buying those cards. But yeah, if one made positive experiences, let me know. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. I wish everyone a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time.